Today, we're gonna go rolling again with a guitar on the street with a wireless system. I've never really worked with Shure, but Shure said, let's work with Henning. So they said, can we send you the new wireless system, which I don't even know the name of. It is the GLXD16. That's a dumbass name. They should have called it Good Wireless System or Harry or Frank. It's these companies. It's, technical stuff. GLXD16. I don't care what it's called. It's a pretty phenomenal system. When I saw it, I thought, boy, is it ugly. I did. But then you take it out of the box and everything changes. Now, I've done many wireless systems. I've done a lot of the little China ones for like 150, 200 bucks. Like something like this from Nux. Nux, Harley Benton, X5. This is actually kind of nice because it charges in the case. And if you're playing at home on the couch, fine. Something like this. The problem is, one of the problems is built-in battery. So once it's done, it's done. That's a problem. And professional use. Let's say you're playing in a small club. All good. All good. Maybe. But people have their phones and there might be Wi-Fi's and stuff. Do you really want to depend on it? The stage gets bigger. Problematic. You're going to step on that, that's done. You're going to drop that, or have that on the floor, an amp falls on it, or your tech steps on it, or whatever, it's done. And then you're going to go to a cable, which is fine. But if you can't go to a cable because you're on a bigger stage, you have to depend on your wireless system. And in that case, you need to spend more money. Also, what if you are actually in an open air? And this is the thing I always test. In an open air environment, the chances that the proprietor of the event, the venue, wants to get some aerial shots are there. Maybe a drone is in the air. Whether it's legal or not is a different issue. But let's say there's a drone flying. Those remotes, those DJI remotes to the drones, they are powerful. And this does 80 meters in the open field. I've tested it, and that's amazing. Once the drone is in the air, cuts out after 10. So you always have to test these things with a drone flying right next to it. And if it can actually survive more than 10 meters, you're good. Most stages are not more than 20, 30 meters long. That's already a massive stage. So if your system can survive there, you're good. So I unboxed this Shure thing. And friends of mine have reviewed this. Hey, Thomann. And they talk about gigahertzes and 2s and 0.4s and diversities and ranges and hertz. I don't know these things. I don't give a shit. It needs to work. So please, if you're interested in the technical specs, watch a different video. The thing that immediately impressed me is it's ugly. I mean, look at this pedal board thing right here. Okay, this goes on the pedal board, and it feels like it looks like a toy. Oh wait, this is new. Oh. Looks like a toy. Why is it shaped like this? It's kind of like a mine, like a trip mine. But holy crap, is this solid? This is metal. Metal! These things right here mean you cannot stomp on the screen. No matter what you do, you will not be able to get to this with your foot. It's impossible. This is a soft click, and I will guarantee you, I mean, I haven't tested it because I had to make the video, but I guarantee you if I throw this off the balcony, it'll survive. So let's look at the unit itself. It has a built-in tuner. We can test this. It's actually really good. Also, when it's not in tuner mode, it'll show you the battery charge right here. And here you link it, change modes. There are different groups that you can do if if you have got more guitar players on stage, different channels, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to, do this now. I hope I didn't, change anything. This unit is ridiculous. I was a little bit disappointed that you needed this. This can be screwed onto your board, fine, plasticky, but extremely long cable. I mean, nice. Really, really long. And then I read it and I'm like, 12 volt, why? Why 12 volt? Whiny. It says right here, 9 to 15. So right now I'm powering it with 9 and it works totally fine. That rhymes. 9 to 15. So this is included. You don't need it. This is included. 5 volt USB charger, USB-C to charge the transmitter. Of course, you can charge that with any old cell phone charger as long as it got USB-C. Receiver will only power on when there's something plugged into the output. There is a USB thing here, which I assume is, let me see, that is USB-C. I don't know. Let me see. Now you can change, there's some scribble at the bottom, the gain of the receiver, but it's not necessary. It just works the way that it comes. I don't know what the USB is for. Maybe you can charge this, would be helpful. This is the pièce de résistance. This is the thing that is just the freaking coolest. It's metal. The Line 6 stuff, G10, it works. It works. G10 works, well, we tested it on a pontoon on an island. It kind of worked. It's working. But it's plasticky. Do I want to trust this in a professional situation? No, and also the clips do fall off. Yeah, also cheaper. This right here is amazing. When you look at how this is screwed in, this is solid metal. This is solid metal up to here, and then it turns into rubber. So this breaking off is very, very unlikely. It actually screws in, and this is a serious XLR type connector. 4 pins, so it's not XLR. But they're not playing around. It has a single control, which is on off right there. Now look at the flap to get the battery out. This is not going to break off. No, it's not. And it has a battery you can actually take out. So if you were to order another one from Shure as a replacement, which you can, then you can just have a backup with you. But Thomann told me you can charge this for like 15 minutes and then you're good for another 2 hours. I think overall you have more than 2 hours. I charged it once and I'm still using it. I've recorded loads of tracks with it. I used it here in the studio quite a bit with everything on and lights on. Never had a problem. It's a very, very solid system. Just really high end. It is over $600. So this is not, I just play on the couch. No, this is not, let's play in the practice room without cables because I like to. You gotta be more serious about wanting a wireless system that delivers. This delivers. So let's check out the tuner. Where's my guitar? I plugged in the normal guitar cable. No, we're going wireless. I put this on the table. Bam. There we go. I don't have an amp connected right now. We don't need that. I mean, we're not going to listen to it here. We'll listen to it outside. The tuner is good. These are usually like a, nice add-on done. And you can see now it's tuner, and this is the charge of the system. I charged it once weeks ago, and I've been using it ever since without ever plugging it in again. That is impressive. And of course, charging this, how do I charge this? On the side here. So that's where the USB-C goes in. And that's also where the link button is if you ever were to link it again with the receiver, which I don't think you have to do. Now, I will tell you at the end what I think about it compared to comparable Sennheiser systems, because I've tested these. And even though Shure pays me, these are the things I will put in the video. But first, let's go and do the range test, shall we? So here we are now, outside. I have a trusty Rev D20 on a Blackstar 212. No mic on it because the shotgun mic should be enough. We have a Harley Benton HP Signature. And here is the Shure, which is less than half full. And I'm going to turn that on. And it's going into this really just massively super solid tank right now. Tune it. What I found out is that one of the most difficult things for a transmission system is a drone in the air, because that remote and that drone and that communication is really eating up a lot of the ether, I don't know. But without a drone, you have a lot more range. Realistically, live gigs outside, people might be flying drones. The venue guy might be flying a drone to record it. So it has to be there for you to have a real measurement. So we're going to do this. I could of course play right now, but what's the point? I mean, oh, here. Of course it works. If I run, this video is going to take forever. So as always, we're going to take my electric unicycle and we're going to drive. Hopefully without dying. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Haven't written this one in a while. Get. I think we've learned what we need to learn about the possible distance, massive houses in between, which you usually don't have on a stage, unless it's a weird stage, and a drone in the air, and all that stuff. Now we're gonna go back inside, and that's loud. Talk about it. And there you have it. It did crap out. Every system I test craps out at some point. We're just gonna find out where that point is. Now, when it comes to solidity, how solid is it? How stable is it? How durable is it? I have not ever tested a wireless system for guitar that is this indestructible. I actually just saw pictures from IK Multimedia from a guy who had a hurricane or tornado destroy his pedalboard, whatever. I saw this thing on it. It was still on there. It probably still worked. This is massively impressive because I don't think you can destroy that. You could possibly snap this cable if you really were brutal, but then you just order a new one of these. Order a battery. This flap will not come off. Not accidentally. Well done, Shure. This mine of a receiver is absolutely impressive. Okay, you're not gonna step on it and destroy anything. You can roll over this with the tank. Very well done, Shure. I can't say it any other way. Now, Sennheiser has a system that is also, it's the XS Wireless Digital, I think. That's a pedal with a built-in tuner. That has, which is nice, an XLR out in case you're going acoustic guitar. So, okay, heads up there. Leg up, it's better there. Tuner also works. It looks more elegant. It looks prettier, but it isn't as durable as the Shure. Also, the Sennheiser's transmitter. And I've used this here quite extensively. It looks like this. Now, you could plug this directly into the guitar over the cable, and this is also rather solid. However, when you're playing and you have this on your belt, this continuously falls out of it. You probably have to duct tape that together. It is not in any way as solid. However, half the price, around half the price. Okay? And biggest drawback, you're charging this thing with USB-C, and when that's dead, it's dead. There is no, I have an extra battery. And the battery life on this is considerably less than on the Shure. So if you need dependability, I love this, okay? I love my people from Sennheiser and I love the system, and it's half the price. But if you need dependability in terms of battery life and roll over it with a tank, and it doesn't slip out of here, which it actually frequently does. It actually doesn't just slip out like this. It slips out like this. See, it actually clips out. So I've used this live, and I continuously have to check, is it still there, is it still there, is it still there? That's not going to happen with the Shure. Sorry, Sennheiser, this needs to be improved. Now, in terms of price, a more comparable system is going to be the Sennheiser EWD. Can be powered with 12 volt, 350 milliamps. So you could power it with a pedalboard power, but you already see the thing. Do you want this on your pedalboard? No, this is a rack-mounted thing. We're talking about something different, okay? Also, the transmitter is nice. Runs on normal batteries. Have no problem with the cable, even though the Shure cable is, I mean, metal, gold, Neutrik, baked in plastic, no gold. And this is a nice box. It is metal. This is in no way the stability that this is. And I would trust this in many situations. I wouldn't trust it under a tank. This will break the tank. Okay? So this is together roughly a similar price. You're not going to put it on a pedalboard, and it's not quite as durable. If you're playing rock and roll, you probably won't durable. However, if we look at how far I could get up the hill and how far I could get behind that house on the main street, I probably had another 30 meters with this. So that means in terms of transmission stability and distance, this was the better system. Is that relevant? I don't think it is. I really don't think it is relevant that it was the better system in terms of distance, because you'll never have a stage where you have that distance. In both cases, we had the drone. In both cases, it was all the same. But this had a good 30, 40 meters solid before it crapped out. Interestingly, when I drove back, to grab the signal back and actually connect again, I had to be much closer. So once it loses signal at quite a distance, you have to come a lot closer, so you're getting signal back at like 20 meters. But realistically, where's a stage where you run 20 meters? And you can run away 40 before it really loses. Let's say 40, roughly. It was actually probably more than that. Yeah, it was probably more than that. Plus, drone in the air, plus houses in between. No direct line of sight. If we did this with direct line of sight, it would be way more than any stage you will ever play on. If you're playing on a stage like Guns N' Roses where you have 100 meters to run into the audience or whatever, then you're playing a massive mega system from Shure or Sennheiser or whoever. So I have to say, realistically, very honestly, even though I work with Sennheiser and Shure, this is a system I would play. Because I love the change the battery. I love the quick charge. I love how stable it is. And the tuner works beautifully. On the EWD that we just saw, the rack mounted one, there's no tuner. So, because it's not a pedal thing, it's obviously different. Performance is absolutely there. Quality is there. Price is also there. It's over $600. If you're looking for the system that you will have, system. The system is down. The system is down. In 20 years, I have a hunch that this will be it. That's all I can say. What else do you want to know? How does it sound like a cable? Does it sound exactly good enough? Yeah, I played it here. I'm not going to show you this versus a cable. Who gives a crap? Do I hear latency? Absolutely not. Just trust me on that stuff. Come on. Can you hear that stuff over YouTube while you're sitting on the crapper, just looking on your phone? No, you can't. I played it here. I played it right here. I've done many tracks with this thing on my belt. Just trust me, and I'm going to use this on my belt while I do tracks, because then I'm not entangled in a cable. It's a good system. Check out all the videos. Honestly, sorry, Shure, but if you have $150 to spend and you want something for the couch, get something like this. Don't spend $650 because you want to practice guitar on the couch. That's stupid. Sorry, Shure. I know you pay me, but come on, let's be realistic, okay? Or get a G10 from Blind 6. Lots of good systems. When we're getting into the pro stuff, links below, animals at the end.